I remember when I wanted to join my BTech college. Before going that, I was just discussing with my father. He told me that he would be giving me rupees 500 as a pocket money only. I said, "Oh, but that's too less." He smiled back and he said, "The good engineer is one who knows how to do better in the existing resources." So, with this thought, I went to my college, and the way I managed my expenses and all, my father was really happy with that. So, it was not just spending, it was prioritizing and spending. So, with this thought, I would today share with you that how to reduce the defects or the scrap. In my last video, we discussed how to reduce the scrap or the defects, but majorly it goes how to prioritize the defects, because we cannot be working at a time on all the types of defects. Like for example, if there are 20 defects in the process, we cannot be working on all those 20 in a go. It has to be prioritized and then actions to be taken. So before going forward, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for the further updates. So when I was a quality head, I was very much motivated, and my team was very much motivated that how we need to bring the scrap or the rejection down to more than 50%, which was the target challenged by the management. So we were all excited and we wanted to go for it. But then I told them, stop here. First of all, we need to prioritize. We need to be on a common page that how we are going to address those defects. Because there were a number of defects and we had to bring it down. So we discussed, and there were just 3 bullet points which helped us in bringing the rejection down to more than 70% what it was earlier. So number 1 was focus on the defect which leads to rework or scrap, which is contributing to the most as rework or scrap. So everybody used to focus on the scrap first, but I told them that personally my choice is to work on the rework first. Because as a quality person, we will not be just thinking about the one matrix. We need to take care of the customer, whether it is internal or external. Our OEMs, we have to take care of them. So I told them that first focus on the rework, that there should be no rework. So all those defects which goes into the rework, unnecessarily the handling of those parts goes high, which could be really surprising in the future. It could get scrapped in the company itself, or it will be like a new defect for us at the customer end. So these all things I am telling out of my personal and practical professional experience. So number 1 was what we already shared, is the defect which is contributing the most in the rework. Second one is that address those issues which can lead to warranty or customer issues. Even if it's a single defect, focus on it, close it. Because if it has come one time, it can repeat itself. So close it in a manner that it doesn't get repeated. And the third one is the outliers. So whenever there was we used to review the daily rejection, there was always a time that, oh, this came as a first time to us. Why it was not earlier? So in order to know that why it was not earlier and it is today, or it was yesterday, just a one time, address it. It could be the simple rejection. There could be some abnormality which has led to that rejection. Address it, close it, because it might get repeated. And these types of defects are always very easy to close them. So we shouldn't be adding to the defects. We should be always alert and make sure that the current level doesn't go high just because of these outliers. So 3 type 3 bullet points: address the maximum rework, the rejection which leads to customer complaint or warranty, and the third one is the outliers. So do not just work, prioritize and work. This is Geetika Tiwari, making quality way of life.